So tonight we're going to make the most famous cocktail of all, the one that started it all. Oh, I shouldn't say started it, but definitely transformed it, and that is the Martini. Gin Martini as a word, not the vodka-tinis that we're so concerned with nowadays. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Alright, first thing you're going to need a mixing glass. You're also going to need, not that, because we're not going to shake a martini. Contrary to popular belief, and what you may have heard, martinis aren't meant to be shaken. They can be, but what happens in the lexicon of mixologists and bartenders everywhere is that once you shake a martini, what you do is bruise the gin. And by that I mean you affect the taste, the texture on your tongue, everything changes. As is standard, you should probably be stirring it. Anything with mostly clear liquors or a spirit-first cocktail like a Manhattan or a martini will and should be stirred. What I'm going to do is stir this guy with our handy-dandy bar spoon. We're also going to use a jigger because jiggers give us the opportunity to ID exactly how much we're going to be putting in. Now, we're going to be using gin because that's what was originally used. Vodka was a post-1950s, advent. Gin was the spirit of choice, particularly during Prohibition because it's easy to make. Compound gin, that is. That's a story for another day. And we're going to start this off by putting the spirits in first, not the ice, because you want to control the dilution. So the first thing you're going to do is take your well, in this case it's a half liter, 2/5 of a gallon, or 750 milliliters times 2, and we're going to put in we're going to put in 3 ounces total. Mind you, this is a double of a standard 1.5 ounce shot into this mixing glass. I'm going to make half of that because I'm not trying to get too inebriated tonight. So we're going to put in, let's see here, here it is, 1.5 of this guy. Now after this, we're going to put in some dry vermouth. Vermouth is an aromatized type wine. Dry, by that I mean it's not sweet. Comes from France. This is a crucial part. If you ever hear someone say I want a dry martini and they don't want vermouth, what they're basically asking for is cold gin. Congratulations, folks, you ruined the bartending game. Now, with that in mind, what we're going to do is we're going to make this guy dry. We're going to give less than is normal. For 3 ounces of gin, you will normally give, according to some of the older recipes, 1 ounce worth of gin. That's kind of a lot these days. It's been diminishing over the years, and as of late, some people even say when they want a dry martini, they're actually asking for this, air. Right? I'm going to give for 1.5 ounces, I'm going to give it 1/4 ounce of dry vermouth. One, right about there. Voila. And last but not least, we're going to make this guy dirty because we all know dirty martinis are the way to go, correct? By dirty, I mean we're going to add olive brine. Here we have some peach-Chilean olives from Trader Joe's, probably a bit spendy, but guess what? They taste awesome. And we're going to put just a skosh of brine in there. I oftentimes like to joke with my clients, do you want it dirty or do you want it sinfully dirty, like Vegas dirty? We're not going to make it sinfully, but since it's only 1.5 ounces, we're going to put in just a skosh. You see that? A bar spoon has average 4 grams within it. We're going to put like not even half that. Bam. And that's all you need. The rest is history. So now we're going to put the bar spoon inside the mixing glass. Put the olives over there. We're going to grab a few ice cubes. And we're going to drop a few of these guys in there. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, now proper dilution is good. You want the inside you want the bar spoon itself to hug the inside of the glass. If you see how I'm doing it currently, and you want this thing to be spun, I'd say around 20 revolutions should be sufficient enough to get it cold. You can always get it colder by shaking, but again, we've already discussed what happens when you do that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to strain it. The only way to properly strain a martini is into is glass, a martini glass. Some will argue that this should be called a cocktail glass. I say that's hogwash. A cocktail is any V-shaped glass as such. Everyone and their mother and anyone I know calls this a martini shell, so we'll call it that as well. And then we're going to grab this guy, and last but not least, we're going to grab the final piece that we need to complete this concoction, and that is a julep strainer. It fits quite nicely into the mixing glass. And this is quite a big thing. We only made half of one, so this is only going to fill up about half of the glass, but no worries to us. And that is all she wrote. And with the final piece, we have to add a garnish. If we add the brine and we make this guy dirty, obviously enough, we need to add the olive itself. So here's the olive. We're only doing 1. You probably add 2, but only because you've seen it in movies. 3 is atrocious. Don't do it unless they specifically ask. But I'm going to keep it true to form. Cheers. Your dirty, dry gin martini.
Is it yummy?
It's delicious. It's the spot. See you next time.